Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the Infinity Vision platform. Right now I'll be doing one such question that came in your JEE Main examination. This question came on 22nd August 2021 in shift 2. So let us see this question first. This question came in the evening shift. Question says a curved surface of a plano-convex lens of a refractive index mu1 and a plano-concave lens of refractive index mu2 have equal radius of curvature as shown in the figure. Find the ratio of radius of curvature to the focal length of the combined lens. So first of all, you need to find out the ratio of the combined focal length, and then afterwards you have to find out the ratio of radius of curvature divided by the combined focal length. So we already know that it is a combination of two lenses. First of all, we will find out the focal length of first lens, then afterwards we'll find out the focal length of second lens. So what is focal length of first lens? Let it be f1. Okay, so we know the relationship between the focal length as well as the refractive index and the curvature. It is given by relationship. If p1 is the power of this lens, so it must be equal to 1 upon f1, and f1 is its focal length. It must be equal to mu minus 1, which is mu1. It is going from, the light is going from air towards this refractive index, so it would be equal to mu1 minus 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. So what is r1 over here? R1 is infinite, so 1 upon infinite is 0. And what about r2? For this lens, it is like this. It is plano convex, and this and the curvature of this is, let it be r. The curvature, the radius of curvature of this curvature, let it be r, and radius of curvature of this plane surface is infinite. So that's why if I'll put the relationship 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2, so what I'll be getting as 1 upon r1 is 1 upon infinity, okay, minus of 1 upon r2. R2 is minus of, because radius of curvature for this surface is in towards left and light is coming from this towards right, so that means this must be minus r. Okay, so it would be equivalent to p1 would be equivalent to 1 upon f1 is equal to mu1 minus 1, and eventually you will be getting 1 by r. Okay, so this is the power, or this is the relationship of focal length of first lens. And what about second? Now for second lens, the power, let it be p2, so it must be equal to 1 upon f2, so it must be equal to mu2 minus 1, and what about its 1 up r1, the radius, the lens is just like this, and the curvature of this is r1 is minus r, and r2 is, for this lens, it is infinite. Okay, so 1 upon r1 comes out to be minus r, okay, because the light would be coming from here, and the curvature and the radius of curvature is towards left. So 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. R2 is infinite again, so 1 upon infinity is 0. So eventually the value of power, second power, came out to be mu2 minus 1 divided by minus 1 upon r. So this is the expression of these two the lenses with this much of power. Again, these two lenses are connected in combination, so that means the effective power of these two lenses would be added up. So the net power, or the total power of these two lenses would be the summation of these two powers. So you can easily write it at p1 is 1 upon f1, and it must be equal to mu1 minus 1 and 1 upon r, and p2 is 1 upon f2 is equal to 1 minus mu2, because this term is negative, so it can go over here, so finally you will get this expression. So let me just clean it up so that we can do the further calculation. Okay, so the net power, the effective power of these two lenses, let it be pt, it must be equal to p1 plus p2, and let the effective focal length be capital F. Okay, so it must be equal to p1 plus p2. So p1 is mu1 minus 1 1 upon r plus 1 minus mu2 1 upon r. So 1 upon r, you'll take it as common, so eventually you'll get 1 upon mu1 minus 1 plus 1 minus mu2. So these two would cancel out each other. Eventually you'll be getting 1 upon capital R is mu1 minus mu2 and 1 upon f. This is the effective focal length of the combination of these two lenses. Now you have to find out the ratio of radius divided by the effective length. So you have to find out the ratio of R by f, which came out to be mu1 minus mu2. So that means B would be our correct option. I hope this question is clear to everyone. Thank you.